The MSFGG bot, are you using it with your lines? If you are, there's a lot of great cool features that you may not be aware of, and I got my two buddies, the creators of the MSF.GG website, to go over all of the hidden features that you and your alliance need to know. So if you're ready for that, find that like button, and PimpToxie, tell them what to do, brother.
Valley, let's go smash some wars.
ValleyFlyin.
Oh yeah, what is up, ladies and gentlemen? I am ValleyFlyin. Welcome back to the ValleyFlyin channel. And if you're ready to go smashing some wars, I am joined by my brothers from MSF.GG, PimpToxie, TyeJae, the experts in determining all this war bot and figuring all this stuff out. What is up, guys? How are you guys doing?
Doing excellent. Really happy to join you again here, man. This is fun.
I've been waiting to have you guys on. It's like every time we do a video, we talk about something, some other cool feature on the site, and I've been waiting to do this video because figured out all this warbot stuff, and then Scopely's been keeping us busy with a lot of news. So it is about time to have you guys on, and a lot of interesting developments that we need to discuss here. So yeah, I guess you're going first, TyeJae. So let's take a look at this now. Tell me, what are we looking at here?
So this is going to be the standard counter graphic that you get from the MSFGG bot. We understand that not everybody has their roster on MSFGG, but they want to know what counters what. Is it a punch up? Is it a punch down? How much can I punch down? So this gives them that data at their fingertips, and then they can calculate based upon their roster. So you can see here, the most common counter is going to be 13% punch up from black order to black order. And that's the one that is mostly used. And you can see that by the confidence meter just to the left of the graphic of each team. That confidence meter there will tell you what most people are doing to hit these teams. So you can see there that it's very high. It's all the way up in the green on that left-hand side there. That one is going to be the most used, the most successful, the most reliable one. But then you can see there is some other ones. You got a 3% punch up there with that hybrid X-Men team.
Now, if this, I see Psylocke is grayed out. Does that mean that you could put in whatever X-Men in that spot, or does it matter who that fifth spot is, or what does this mean when that shows up?
So what that's telling me is that I do not have that character available to use.
Okay.
So that character is either on war defense or has already been used this war, which we'll talk about a little bit later, or I don't have that character unlocked. But in this case, I have that character on war defense.
Okay. Now, this is pretty common. This is what everybody uses, but there's a cool feature once you update your roster to MSF.GG using that Zara Tools extractor or whatever method you want to use for that, because then you get this screen. So what is the difference between this screen and the previous screen that we just looked at?
Yeah, so this is going to pull in your whole roster, and then it's going to tally up the power that you have for that roster. As you can see there, my Black Order team is not 601K. I believe it's around 570K.
Okay.
But our War Armory bonus is on. You can see that indicated by that graphic there in the middle top. It says 20%. So that's applying that Armory bonus to my team. So this is going to tell me that I need only a 480K BO to attack Asgardians, because Black Order just destroys Asgardians. So I might not want to do this attack. I might want to find somebody else in my alliance that has a closer team in power to that 480K that's needed. But I also have some other teams you can see here I should not be attacking with. My power armor team. That's a good example. Right? Yeah. I mean, any of those teams, it's going to show you at a quick. I don't even need to look because it's red, right? Yeah. And we're just trying to help signify that.
So green is good. So Black Order or symbiotes is pretty much all you can attack with.
And then if needed, we also have notes in there. You can see there the little note icon is signifies the notes to do that attack. So I don't have to remember all that. I can just rely on the bot to give me that information.
And all of this is through Discord, a server. You set that up on Discord, and you just type in commands. And we were talking earlier, I guess you could switch whatever the command that is based on the server. So it may be different depending on what server you're using, what actually triggers this to go off.
Yeah, you can see in the bottom right hand of the graphic, which actually might be a little off the screen.
That's a little cut off.
It'll tell you what command was ran. So when people are getting used to the bot, our hope was to show that at the bottom right hand corner, so that people who aren't necessarily
it's right down here at the bottom.
Yeah. So if they aren't necessarily as familiar, it's right there, and then so other people can replicate that.
So and this would be is this a default command? So even if it's switched on the server, you use this command, it still will show up on your server, or it switches? Okay. So whatever it got switched to, this would work no matter what.
Correct. Yep. Okay, it'll show you exactly what to do.
Now these are pretty common. These are ones that I don't even really know how to use everything, and I use this. But there's some other cool features. So I guess that unless there's anything else on this screen that you want to highlight, let's start working some of the cool things that people don't really know.
Yeah.
All right. So this is a very interesting one. Tell me what we're looking at here.
So I briefly touched on this a little bit with the last one when I said maybe I don't want to use that attack because I had this 600K team to attack something I only needed 480K. So what you're going to want to do is use the alliance counter command. So as you can see here, I want to attack this Marauders team that's 300K power.
Okay.
This is going to show me every single team that can attack that, and it's going to show me everybody in my alliance's power. For those associated teams. And that's where the real power of this comes in, because we're not going to be wasting attacks. We're not going to be like punching up too high because this is going to tell us exactly who should be attacking. So what I set up here was you can see there Ordy in the middle there on the X-Force team. He has a 274K power team that should be able to take down this Marauders team. So all I got to do is say, hey, Ordy, use your X-Force team, go attack this Marauders team, and then let us know when you're done with that by marking your team completed.
Okay, that would be another command in the bot. Or for the bot to use, so you know who's used attacks, who's has these teams available.
Yep.
So much cool stuff, guys. So organized, so organized. It's not just doing big crapshoot.
As you can imagine, this is not going to be the only Marauders team that you're going to face, right? So you want your teammates to mark those teams used, so that you don't say, like the next graphic I sent you is a 325K Marauders team. Now, as you can see, where's Ordy?
He's not here.
Already marked his team used. He's no longer available to use. So now I have this new team, and you can see that green and that red and that blue and that orange shifts all around depending on the team power.
And what do these colors mean? Can you explain what each of these colors mean for people that's using the bot and might be wondering? Obviously, red is bad, so don't use the red. But what does the blue and orange and green mean?
So blue is considered an attack that would waste this team, and it's almost considered a wasted attack. Well, sometimes you might have to use a blue attack, but the goal is not to use blue and not to use red. You want to stick in that green and that orange area. So as you can see here, if we were doing this attack again, we might want to have maybe there's Ordy again with his team there on the second one, the power armor. Sorry, took me a minute to get there. But maybe he wants to use his power armor team this time, or maybe X-Force CM Burns. That's a very optional attack there. So it really shifts around. It gives you a quick view of who should be doing this attack, so you're not wasting attacks. You're not punching up too high. That's really the goal of the Alliance Counter Command.
All right, and I've taken off the cameras because I want to show this last example right here. We see green and orange on either side. So I guess the orange is a little more risky when it's on the bottom and not as risky when it's on the top.
Correct.
So you should start to maybe use some of the top oranges and greens. Try to avoid the reds and try to avoid the blues.
Yeah, the bottom oranges is considered a risky attack.
Risky. Okay, so yeah, all right, got it.
Yeah, but like it can work.
But you need The RNG gods in your favor.
RNG gods got to be in your favor for sure.
Yeah, and this thing, you just talked about this thing here, the armory bonus, and that could be toggled on and toggled off.
Yeah, you can toggle that on and off, and what that will do for you is it's going to drop everybody's power down to their registered power that they have in MSFGG, and that will then it will give you a better view since you lost your armory of who should be doing those attacks.
So that makes it very, very helpful. And you said this is automatically reset every war, is right as well, right?
Yeah, so we didn't want to have people having to turn on the armory back on and off every war. So what we did was we automatically turned that back on for everybody at the end of their war. So the next time they have a war and they're running counters, it'll be back on. And then when they lose their armory, or if they lose their armory, they can turn it off. So.
And you would be able to set up your war times and your time zones with the bot, so it knows when your wars are going on and when it stops, or how does the bot figure that out?
It actually doesn't need to know. That's the good thing, because you have wars are set on a set schedule, so we just reset it after 24 hours.
Okay, got it. All right, and so that's what we have as far as the alliance counters, the team-wide counters. Anything else you want to talk about before we talk about some other cool features like T4 and Iso8 recommendations?
No, I think we hit it. I really want to see people using the alliance counter command. It's like the third most used command, but understanding the power of it, that's where I think people will benefit.
Yeah, this alliance-wide thing is something really cool, but obviously you guys have to get your roster set up all on MSF.GG, so hopefully one of the bots working, or hopefully we got an API very, very soon. All right, and PimpToxie, I apologize. We've been ignoring you, but now is your time to shine and talk about these T4 confidence. So this is actually something that you guys set up that tracks the T4s of the entire community that have their rosters on MSF.GG, correct?
Yeah. One of the more common things that you see if you're frequenting the primary official Discord is if you're looking at the helpful resources section is every time a new team is released, people are breaking down what are the best T4s, the priority of T4s for team, individual character T4 analysis. So we wanted to give people like a really quick community reaction and a snapshot of what the current meta is, so to speak. So Ty whipped up this amazing new feature, which you can just do that. You type in just a simple command with whatever your prefix is, then T4. And as a base command is what you're seeing right now. And we'll give you the top 20 T4s for all the users currently registered on the site.
So Black Bull, very strong. He's got 2 in the top 5. So that looks like a character that most people should be investing in based on this.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you can get a good indication of what the best value is. If you don't have a ton of the T4 mats and you just need to get that one, you're going to know what to get immediately.
Cool. This is very helpful for newer players or players that aren't as confident in the roster. But it's not just for the top 20. You send me this other screenshot where you could do it by team. So if you're looking to build a certain team, this is not just theoretical. This is actually what people have invested their resources in site-wide, right? Everybody that has their rosters on the site.
Yeah, we're trying to make sure that the data is as accurate as possible for actually game-reflected game modes, and it's just not. So what we're trying to do is actually segment the data, and it's all people who are gear 12 and above. So you can know that these are actually used in a practical application of war, raid, arena. It's not just people miscellaneously applying abilities, so to speak. These are people who are vetted in the community.
So not just a new player that has like a gear 8 character and just, I like Spider-Man, let me do his basic.
Exactly. Yeah.
Which that may be or may not be a bad one. I can't remember off the top of my head, but this is for people that have really invested in these characters and putting some decent resources in them.
Yeah, it will give you a very accurate picture of what the current meta is in the game.
And then anything else with this team-wide one before we move on to the next T4 confidence?
No, you can just run that for any of the current teams in the game. So whatever it is you want to see, Symbiotes, Marauders, the new Hydra, anything you can do, you'll get that list.
And it looks like not only can we break it down by roster for the entire roster, for the entire team, we got this single character as well.
Yep, you can query individual characters. So if you already had, let's say you had the White Queen passive already, you wanted to know what the next best one that you can pick up T4 wise for Emma Frost here is, you could find out, hey, grab that special, grab that ultimate next.
Yes, and not many invested in the basics, so this is probably one you want to skip just based on what everyone is using. So good resource, especially if you're not really researching a character and you just want, hey, what is everybody else doing? This makes it super easy, and that's just the command is right there, and you could just do the whatever the character's name is. And is there like a list of all the characters that could find and how to remember all of these characters?
Typically, they match pretty close to in-game. But if you do have some concerns and you're not finding the one that you need, you can use it's called the alias command. And you can just use that. It'll give you a list of every character in the game and all of their aliases that can be used to find them.
And is that that squiggly line thing that we see here and then alias? And that'll give everything. Okay, cool. So that makes it very helpful. Now, this is another very, very important one. A new feature added a couple updates ago, Iso-8. And this is a big question amongst the community. What is the best of Iso-8? How should I re-equipping this roster? And Remedex has a list, but this is one with what is actual data, what people are actually using on their characters. Kind of like the T4s, but the Iso-8 version of this.
Yeah, it basically piggybacks off the same general idea of just trying to get an immediate snapshot query of what the meta is based upon actual player data, as opposed to just one person's opinion and spreadsheets like Remedex. I mean, those are fantastic and they're great tools, but by no means is it the answer to everything. And you can get a wider picture at this point of what people are doing with some of the cooler characters. So for instance, in this example, we queried symbiotes, and you get to see what the top 2 results is for each of their current Iso8 selections.
So skirmisher and healer for Carnage. That's the key, guys. Now, and then there's some other cool features that you could do, researching Iso8, the confidence of that, going by individual character. What is the best class? If you're not just looking team-wide, if you want to drill this down to the individual character, you can. So Zemo, most people have Raider equipped on him.
Yep. Yeah, and you can do that again for any character. The new guys that come out, it takes a little bit for the data to get updated for people actually to start inputting that into the website. But within a couple of days, you usually can grab that and get a good indication of what the community is doing.
Okay, and it is the same type of command, ISO, and then just the character's name, which is going to be the same as their T4 recommendation.
Yeah, super simple. We try to keep the commands logical. And if you ever have any questions or you're unsure what to do, you can just type that whatever your server prefix is for the bot and help.
Okay. Nice. Now this last one is what is this one?
This one is a little bit of a bonus feature.
What are we looking at here?
Yeah, this is like the opposite idea of the counter, which Ty went over earlier, the individual counter. A lot of times people don't want to know what they can counter. A lot of times at the end of the war, you only have like 1 or 2 more teams remaining. You're like, what the hell can I attack with this right now? So for instance, for this example, I put in Inhumans. So you can find out, well, my Inhumans team, because this is actually pulling my roster data from MSFGG, nice. And my Inhumans team is right around 375,000 CP with my armory buff active. And then it gives me a list of the teams, which they're strong versus, and what the basic range I can attack in safely. And then it tells me what they're weak versus, so I probably want to avoid those kind of matchups. Or again, if it's your last team and that team that is weak is in your range, go for it. Those are basically just the safe margins of your tech.
I like this. I like this. This is very valuable at the end of wars, like you talked about. When you're like, you have a team, what should I do with this team? Who should I be looking for? So Inhumans, to look for Asgardians, look for Hydra, and some of these other ones, maybe not as much confidence here on this list, but this is very, very helpful as well for those of you that finishing up your wars, not really sure what to do. I like it.
What I like about the attack command the most is I'm not sitting there every team that pops up. I'm not sitting there typing that in to see if I can attack that team. This, I can just sit back and wait and be like, okay, oh, there's a team I can attack. I'm going to go do it now.
Nice, smart. And there's a link. I'm going to put that down below. If you want to add that onto your server, all you would do is get this link. It has this pop-up here. You select your server, and all I do is continue.
Yep.
and it's added. So what would you recommend here? All of these things.
These are the recommended permissions that the bot needs. But what we find is some people start checking these off and then they get themselves in some trouble. If you are having some issues with the bot missing commands, what I always tell people is just make the bot an admin. It's going to give it everything it needs, and you don't have to worry about any of these other commands. But these are the ones that it does need.
The main ones. Okay. And I authorize it, and I'm not a robot, and it is on my server right now then.
Yep. That's really as easy as it is. Yeah.
So I just added it to the server. Now, if I want to add it to this channel, this is bot spam. I would go to edit channel, go to permissions, and I need to find the bot. So I do MSF.GG. Here it is. And now I would need it to read messages. Anything else I need to do to set this up?
No, that should be it, because you already granted the permissions when it first joined. So it just needs a channel permission.
All right, so it's in there now. So if I wanted to test this out, I would do maybe a counter like black order. And is that a valid command?
Yep.
All right, so I type that in. It's looking, it's typing, and boom, there's my black order, and it has everything. I love it. I love it. Super simple, guys. So that is how to use this. Anything else that people need to be aware of with this bot before we go?
Well, we'll let you know after the video so we can do another video.
All right, that's kind of how it goes, guys.
There is one important thing. If you just wanted to test it out and you don't want to add it to your server currently, just hop over on the official MSF Discord. We have it installed there. There's a bot spam channel set up, or you can hop over on the MSF.GG Discord, and it's also set up there for you to play with.
Okay, so a lot of links down below, guys. The official MSF, the MSF.GG one, and the ad. So you can add the bot to your server if it's not already on there. And the website, I think you guys know it, MSF.GG. Everything else, guys. Anything else that you want to promote? Anything else coming up on the website that you want to talk about? Or are we going to discuss it after the video's done?
Well, we can talk about it right afterwards.
All right, guys. So check it out. The links are there. Hopefully this helps. Hopefully this helps you win wars and help to organize things with your wars a little more. So some cool stuff coming up on your site. The Patreon link for your for MSF.GG is also there, guys. So make sure you check that out. Support them. Support the channel. And hopefully you guys like this video and subscribe. Smash that like button and all that good stuff. Check me out on Twitch. Check me out on social media. And give me a Hulk fist bump before you go, guys. All of them. ValleyFlyin, you got to go a little higher, TyeJae. ValleyFlyin and the MSF.GG, folks, out!